Selling options is not difficult. Selling options simply relies on a system. Just like anything else, if you don't have a compass, you're going to get lost and you're never going to find your destination. And if you don't know how to find something, if you don't know what you're looking for, then you are just looking endlessly. That's kind of how selling options work. On this channel, I show you a proven set method of how I find strike prices when it comes to selling cash secured puts and covered calls. I thought, why not make a video that holds me accountable to see on the past suggested plays that I made on this channel, have any been assigned or are they expiring worthless? For example, am I correct or am I incorrect? My name is Adam, not a financial advisor. I'm 42 years old and I retired last year. I rely on options premium to fund my retirement and live in style. In this video, I want to show you if I am correct or if I am wrong. And most importantly, I want to show you the method that I have in order to find winners when it comes to selling options. Take a look at the screen. I'll go over a couple of plays. Let's go on the first play. This was me saying, hey, let's do a cash secured put on SoFi, and the strike price would have been $11.50. This was a 2-week-old play, and I was selling SoFi options, sell, put for June 27th at an $11.50 strike. And at the time, I was collecting 24 cents for this play. Currently, SoFi is trading at $15, and I collected 24 cents for this play. I can now buy it back for 14 cents. If you take 100 divided by 24 times the 14 cents, that means that I would have made 42% if I wanted to buy it out and get out of the play early. Now, I won't be doing this because I would just wait until this expires, absolutely worthless. However, this seems like a absolute killer winner type of play. So far, I'm 1 for 1 in being correct. And if you want to watch the video that I just spoke about, please click on the link up above, then come back here so that we can go into the next example. The next video that I want to look at is this video right here where I sold a 3-week play for MSTU, which is a 2x MicroStrategy derivative. For this play, I sold a January 13th, which is expiring literally at the end of this week. For that, I collected 10 cents a contract, and I said that I am willing to buy shares at $4 if it hits $4. Let's see how this is doing today. Currently, it is absolutely worthless. The smallest amount this can possibly be worth is 1 penny, but this is absolutely 100% worthless. As you can see, I made all my money. I collected $8,000 for this play. All right. This is not a suggested play. This is me giving you an example of a play that I actually did. I collected $8,000 for 3 weeks, saying that I'm willing to buy the shares of MSTU at $4 if they hit $4, expiring this Friday. And it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be buying this back. This is a 100% in my favor contract. It's not going to be $4. And again, this is a winner, and I was correct. I'm 2 for 2. And if you want to watch the video that I just spoke about, please click on the link up above, then come back here so that we could go into the next example. I made this video 3 weeks ago talking about getting into a SoFi cash secured put. This would have been expiring on June 13th. At the time, it was a $12 strike. And guess what? I collected 24 cents. Let's check how this contract would play out that's expiring this Friday. Let's go to SoFi, trade options, sell a put for this Friday. Let's go to $12. Wow. Imagine that. This is literally a worthless contract. So whoever sold this $12 cash secured put based on my financial entertainment would have made total profits with this 100% not getting assigned by this Friday. And you made all of your premium. You made roughly 2 point something percent on your money. So currently I'm 3 for 3. And if you want to watch the video that I just spoke about, please click on the link up above, then come back here so that we can go into the next example. I made this video right here on Rocket Lab talking about let's get a cash secured put on Rocket Lab. And I was picking a $19.50 strike for this Friday, June 13th. At the time, you were collecting 45 cents in premium. What would this contract be worth today? Let's go to Rocket Lab, trade options, sell put for this Friday. Let's go to $19.50. Wow, look at that. Lo and behold, this is worth 1 penny. This is expiring absolutely worthless, and it is not going to hit by this Friday. I guess I'm 4 for 4 on this channel. Let's do one more. And if you want to watch the video that I just spoke about, please click on the link up above, then come back here so that we can go into the next example. This is going to be a covered call on Palantir right here. I believe I did a June 13th, which is expiring literally this Friday. I spoke about doing a $160 covered call where you collected 77 cents. This was a 100% in your favor that it's not going to get assigned. Obviously, it's not 100%. It was 94%. And I made this video for the people on my channel saying, hey, if you want to be super safe. But if you go just a little bit earlier, I did also give people on the channel options of going a little bit more risky with a 145 strike. And that was collecting $2. So we have a 145 and a 160 strike for this Friday. Let's see how I would do. Let's go to Palantir, trade options, sell a call for this Friday. And lo and behold, the 145 for this Friday is worth 31 cents, which means I guess there is still a possibility that is going to hit 145 by this Friday, although I don't think that's going to happen. So if you took the risky play, you collected $2 in premium. You can buy this play back for 30 cents, which means you could have already collected 85% of the total value of the contract without worrying about this being sold for $145. Although I wouldn't worry about this whatsoever. And I don't think Palantir is going to hit 145 by Friday. But that's up to you what you want to do. But let's say you sold at 160. Guess what? It is pretty much worthless at 2 cents. It's not hitting 160 on Friday. That's my own personal opinion. So I guess on this channel so far, I am 5 for 5 in the plays that I talk about. And if you want to watch the video that I just spoke about, please click on the link up above, then come back here so that we can go into the next example. Now you're going to ask me, Adam, that's amazing. We don't know who you are, or we haven't been listening to your videos. How do you pick your winners? And to this, I'm going to explain it to you because there's some basic rules that you want to follow. Before we go any further, if you want to book a one-on-one session, there's going to be a link down below. Feel free to book a one-on-one session. It's 45 minutes for $50. You get a one-on-one with me where we share screens, and I'll answer any questions you have to the best of my ability for financial entertainment, not financial advice. Also on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have a channel live every single week. We also have a channel member live following that at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If you want to be a channel member, click on the link down below. You're going to get access to all of the live just for channel members. It's definitely a lot more information than just the regular lives for the channel. And also, I'm going to have a Discord that's going to be going up within the next 30 days. All YouTube channel members get access to the Discord. Let me explain to you how it works. When selling options, let's talk about cash secured puts. For picking a cash secured put, I go 4 weeks out. I pick roughly a 20 delta. That gives you roughly 80% in your favor that the option is not going to get assigned or expire worthless. And I'm looking for roughly 2% on my money for a 4-week play. If I want to be extra cautious, I'll just go down to a 15 delta instead of a 20 delta, which then increases my chances to 85% or so in my favor. Sometimes it's higher. And I'll take slightly less 2%, although in many cases, I can still get 2% on 15 delta. It's just a little harder. When selling covered calls, I like to pick For stocks that I do not want to get assigned, I'm a lot more conservative. I will pick a 1 or less delta, which gives me a 90+% chance that it doesn't get assigned, and I'll pick it 4 weeks out. If I want to be super uber conservative, I'll pick a 0.05 delta or so, which is 95% in my favor. Now, you're not going to be collecting the 2%. However, whatever percentage you do collect is still a percentage you're collecting above and beyond the asset appreciation of your shares. Let me repeat that again. For that Palantir play that I showed you, I gave a strike price that is not happening, in my personal opinion. And for this, you collected, I believe it was like 0.6%. Well, if you take 0.6% and you times it by 12 months, you do it every single month, you just collected an extra 8% on top of the regular asset appreciation that you would get from your stock. So there's a formula that you have to follow. Besides for the formula that I just gave you, and believe it or not, it's literally that simple. It's not harder than that. I use technical analysis. I'm not going to get into the full technical analysis. Just click on the link up above. I have literally an entire video about technical analysis to break everything down, which I can make a follow-up video if people are interested. If you get in trouble, you could always roll a contract. If you're unfamiliar with rolling, click on the link up above, but it's very simple. Rolling a contract means you're opening or selling a new contract and you're collecting premium, and the premium from the new contract that you just sold is going to pay for the premium that you owe to buy out the specific contract. You could also close contracts early, which I just showed you examples of that, where you can still keep most of the premium that you collected, preferably close in a shorter time. So for example, that SoFi play, it makes life a lot easier. Literally that simple. Use the technical analysis, use the rule of thumbs. Rule of thumbs are made to be broken. They're just guidelines. It's not the end all be all of option selling. Have fun with this. Sell on options that you know inside and out, which pretty much everything that I just spoke about, except for Rocket Lab, I know inside and out. If you're doing this correctly, you can look forward to making about 2% premiums per month, because some months you're going to make more than 2% and some months you're going to sell for less than 2%. I'm averaging roughly 3% per month. So 2% per month selling cash secured puts, and my covered calls, I don't usually collect 2% because I don't want to get assigned. So I'm usually collecting roughly 1% per month selling my covered calls. Think about that. On shares that you already own, you're collecting an extra 1% per month on average based on my scenario. And on shares that you don't own, that you can literally buy with IOU collateral against shares that you do own, you're doing cash secured puts to generate another 2% of income per month to supplement your 9-to-5 job, or to fund your retirement, or to just fund something that you're saving for. Maybe a watch, maybe a vacation, maybe a graduation. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's not so difficult. It's a very simple formula. People just want to make it a lot more difficult than it actually is. But I'm cutting through the fluff. I'm cutting through the bullshit like a hot knife through butter. And I'm telling you how it is and showing you examples of exactly that. Before you go any further, make sure you click on this link over here for some more options content, and this link right here for my dividend playlist, which talks about high paying dividend yields.